Hey everybody, I'm Old Guy Gamer, this is American Truck Sim, and look what I got. I finally found a load of bus hoods. I did a live stream on Wednesday morning, the 11th of October, because I was going to do it all live, and it was a complete disaster, because I could not find any external contracts, any cargoes. I could not find anything that would get me a load going to Tulsa with a load of bus hoods. Until I got so frustrated that I noticed that the buses and the bus hoods were both on a drop deck. So I went and bought a drop deck trailer, and wouldn't you know it, the bus hoods ended up showing up in the freight market. I'll show you that real quick. So you go to your job market. I typically work in the external market, and then I was looking at external contracts, and then I finally found bus hoods in the cargo market, and I found them going from Socorro, New Mexico to Tulsa. So I bought my trailer in Tulsa, I think it was, and I had to drive to my garage to pick it up, and then I fast traveled to Socorro, and I just made the pickup. So let's get this delivery to Tulsa. I hope you like my pink truck. It is Pinktober in the American Truck Sim universe. I made my donation to the Susan G. Komen charity. I did a video where I showed my receipt. So I'm challenging people while I'm driving the pink truck to make a donation to Susan G. Komen. I chose that one because it's very popular, and it is far-reaching, and it gets good scores on the charity report card websites. So choose your own, do your own due diligence to find a good charity, and let me know what you did. Let me know what you donated. I'm always saying that you don't have to donate a lot. So I don't, oh my gosh, all over the place. Get this back on the GPS so I can see where I'm going. I'm always the guy that espouses the idea that you don't have to get a lot to charity, that if we all give a little, it will add up and make a difference. So I gave a little. I will not talk about if I give a lot. I would rather not know if I would rather not tell someone if I gave a big amount. I will share a small amount that I give, because I want people to give a small amount. If you can give more, give more. Give a lot, give a lot. If I ever decide to give a lot, I wouldn't tell anybody. I would only tell you if I gave a little, so that it would encourage people to give a little bit. Hey, if you give a little or a lot, let me know. Leave a comment on a video somewhere. When you see that I'm driving a pink truck, I will give you some recognition by congratulating you and saying I'm proud of you. But you should know that the charities that I gave to, they're involved with a lot of different missions. They actually support two labs that are looking for cures for the different kinds of cancer. They support victims who are going through the struggle with cancer. They do all kinds of stuff. Different arms of the charity organization that do different things. So do your due diligence. I went to a charity, I just googled charity report card, and I think I don't even remember the name of the report card group that I went to, but there's a few of them out there where you can just go to a charity watchdog website and type in what charity you're looking for, or you could literally type in cancer in the search block, and it'll tell you every charity that has a cancer focus, and then you can decide if you want to give to, maybe there's a cancer charity that, you know, helps family with residential costs and eating costs and travel costs, and, you know, all those side costs that come with getting a cancer treatment taken care of. Or maybe you can focus on just children's cancers or breast cancer, like this one is. That's kind of what I've been focusing on. I've got a neighbor whose mom is going through breast cancer, so that's kind of been my focus this year. She's got a pretty positive prognosis as far as I can tell. She's got a positive attitude about it all. So that's the one I'm focusing on this year. But, you know, do what you want to do. Just take a few minutes to go search. You might find one of those charities that does something that you aren't aware of there even being a need for. I was surprised by Target House. Target House is one of those charities that does side work. They support families when they're struggling with cancer. If there's a member, I don't remember if it's specifically kids or not, but if there's a family member going through a cancer treatment, the target house is one that supports the family while the one member is going through the treatment. And I'm thinking that's a Nashville organization, if I remember right. But that was one that just caught my eye. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm just challenging you to do your due diligence, go find a charity, and give a little bit. What did I do? I hit the recharger. Anyways, that's the reason for the pink truck. Just for the month of October. We'll still care about people, but there's a special focus for outreach and awareness during the month of October, so you get a pink truck. And I used a custom paint job on this one. It's a preset design with custom colors. That's what I chose to do. Ow, my wrist hurts. So we're going to keep it in the lines while you're looking at the truck here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I cannot keep it between the lines. Alright, I'm going to focus on the road. You look at the truck. I love everything about this truck. I like that it's not the biggest sleeper cab, it's the medium-sized one. I like the wheels. I like the length. I like the lights. I actually just put horns on the thing. Didn't even realize I didn't have horns on it. Air horns. Oh boy, we're catching up pretty quick to this truck. We're gonna have to slow down because he's going too slow. Come on, man. It costs $25,000 in-game dollars to paint this truck. I had a discussion when I painted it saying, oh, maybe I'll consider it a wrap. That way I can just peel it off when October's over. I don't know. It's all pretend anyway, but it just makes me appreciate those drivers who go out and actually put paint jobs on their trucks. If it costs that much to do like a POW MIA paint job or a veterans paint job, or, you know, those... There's certain trucks out there with those paint jobs that are obviously passion projects. My brother drove around for a long time for Wreaths Across America. It's an organization that puts just Christmas wreaths on veterans' graves during Christmas season. He got to drive for them a couple times, and you see those trucks every once in a while. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You're going through that extra effort of painting your truck, spending all that money just to raise awareness. And here I am, I'm doing it for pretend, for just a month. It is really hard to drive like this. I'm like looking down the road, I'm not even looking at the truck. My goodness, but if I look at the truck and try to drive, I don't see the curves coming, so I'm like way worse at negotiating the curves. Forget looking at the GPS, that's never gonna happen. Cannot do it. Bridge ices before road. Are we still in New Mexico, or are we in our... somewhere else? I don't know. Being in New Mexico, I think we gotta drive through the panhandle of Texas, right? I guess we'll find out. As you can see, I don't really have anything to talk about, and I cannot stand driving from the outside. So I'm gonna... Okay, you got your chance to look at the pink truck. I'm driving from the inside now. It's way easier. Oh, goodness. I remember when I was a kid doing driving games, I had to drive from the outside. You know, the outside third-person, high and above camera angle. Now that I've been driving in this game, I can't even fathom driving like that anymore. I have to be on the inside to keep it between the lines and make it a little bit of a simulation. I've actually been considering buying the Beam NG game. I'm considering it. It looks like a really cool game. It looks like it's fun. And it's not the typical slow moving driving game like I normally play. I guess it could be a slow moving driving game, but it looks a little bit more action packed than my typical truck driving simulator. Historic Route 66. I wonder if they'll do that whole road when the game is done, from Chicago to LA, or Chicago to San Bernardino, whatever it is. That'd be cool to take a truck route all the way from Chicago to LA on Route 66 side road, not even get on the highway. I think you would have to get on the highway to go through the cities, though. Like, you wouldn't be allowed to drive through the neighborhoods of Chicago on Route 66 in a big truck with a trailer. It's just not possible. And then, you know, you're going through St. Louis on a side street, on a surface street, in a truck like this just to stay on Route 66. No thanks. Gotta jump on the highway. I mean, maybe it's possible in the game, but I don't think I'd do it in real life. Because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Route 66 goes through some pretty bad neighborhoods in St. Louis. That's one of those trips I want to do when I retire. Hook up the RV and just start in Chicago. But I told my wife, I'm like, I don't really want to start in Chicago. Maybe we could start in Joliet, south of Chicago, because where Route 66 starts in Chicago, it's a surface street and it's on the south side. And I'm like, I don't really want to drive through the south side of Chicago just to say I did the whole Route 66. I'm more excited about hitting the highlights of the area that I've never seen before on Route 66. Like, I know Route 66 kind of follows I-55 down to St. Louis. And I've taken that drive dozens of times, if not hundreds of times. So I've seen the Route 66. Oh, leaving New Mexico. I thought I said entering. I'm like, what is going on? There, now we're in Texas. Yeah, I've been along I-55 a bunch of times, and I've seen Route 66 through areas like Pontiac and all that, but I've never actually driven the road. I've always just been on my way to get somewhere, so I just stay on I-55 and try and get there quick. But my goal during retirement is to hitch up the RV and stay on Route 66 on the surface streets, side roads. And you would think that Route 66 is all these little bitty towns, but up here in northern Illinois, the northern half of Illinois, Route 66 goes through some, even the small towns are pretty big. In the areas where I've seen some Route 66 markers and stuff, they're in towns that are like big towns that are stops on the I-55 corridor. So I don't think Illinois Route 66 is the highlight of my... It's not going to be the highlight of my trip. I'm looking forward to getting down south, seeing some areas that I've never seen before, south of St. Louis, down into Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona, all that. That'll probably be the highlight of the trip, is the Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arizona stretch. Hopefully I can find a bunch of RV stops along the way. I could probably start planning that now and still not have enough time to completely plan out the route. I was telling my wife that if you divide it, I forget the total number of miles from Chicago to LA on the Route 66 path, but if you divided it into 100 miles per day, or no, it was 100 miles per week, it would take about 6 months. So that would mean settle down in an RV park, explore for 5 days, and then move farther down the road, explore for 5 or 7 or 9 days, and then move farther down the road and then explore for 5 or 9 days, whatever. As long as you're staying on that average of 100 miles a week, I could get all the way to California in less than 6 months. And since I'm retired, I have the time, you know. It's just a matter of how much it's going to cost. When we first got our RV, we were staying in KOA campgrounds all the time, and they're really nice campgrounds. They're kind of like the McDonald's of campgrounds. They're kind of all very similar, same level of cleanliness. There are some differences in the kinds of activities that those KOA campgrounds offer. Some are just very plain. Some are more complex with multiple swimming pools and games and, you know, all the different things to do, all the different activities. But what we found is, getting away from the KOAs, you find more varied types of RV campgrounds by going to the privately owned ones. The only thing is you might save some money at some, but you also might pay more money at others. Where KOA, it's kind of like the same price every night, no matter where you go. It's just a matter of what kind of RV site you get. to what the cost is going to be. Now, I know there are exceptions. There are some that are more expensive and there are some that are cheaper, but in general, let's say I budgeted $100 a night. That's a lot of money. Say $80 a night, $75 a night. I could make it across the country just staying at KOAs. Or I could save some money and stay at the privately owned ones. The thing about us when we do our traveling is we're not really there to see the campground. We're kind of using our RV as a rolling hotel room. So we're not there to enjoy the fire pits or the basketball courts or the camp store and all that stuff. We're there to see the area. So when we stop in Pontiac, Illinois, we're going to be checking out the town. Make sure I'm headed the right way real quick. We're going to be checking out the town, the area. I know that there's a lot of stuff to look at in those areas. And then, of course, when we get down to the southwest U.S. on Route 66, we'll be checking out the geography. I did a video in Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim, a long time ago about Peach Springs, Arizona, I think it was. And it's like, man, I really can't wait to get down there and see that area of the world, because I did so much research for that video, and I'd like to see what it looks like in real life. You know, you're looking at the Google Earth images, and I'm going to get down there and I'm going to see all these things that I talked about for so long, and I'm finally going to get to see what it looks like in real life. And then, of course, the Grand Canyon and all the different things you see along the way. I cannot wait. I am actually considering quitting my job on YouTube. What would you think about that? I'm actually looking for ideas of how to quit my job when I retire. I can't do anything to burn bridges. I'm not going to commit any crimes or pooping on the boss's desk or anything crazy like that. Just I'm looking for ways to creatively quit my job. It's not the best job in the world. I'm not looking forward to maintaining relationships with people that I work with. I mean, there's a lot of nice people that I work with, but some of the people I work with are not worth maintaining relationships with. Oh, there's something going on, that's why. Go, big truck. Come on. We don't gotta stop at 10 miles an hour right at the cones. Anyway, some of my bosses are jerks. That's what I'm trying to say. I like the people I work with, but it's the bosses that are jerks. So I'm looking for a way to send a message. And the nice thing is I'll never have to step foot back in that town again, let alone the company, the business. So it's a fine line to walk when you want to burn a bridge, but not piss people off. Or maybe piss people off without burning a bridge. I don't know which one it is, but I gotta look for creative ways to retire. I was thinking about doing it on YouTube, and then when I give my resignation letter, just putting a QR code with a link to the video. You know, that kind of thing. So let me know what ideas you have for how to quit my job. We had until Tuesday morning to get this job there. We're gonna be there in about 5 hours. Each hour is about 3 minutes. That's 15 minutes from now we'll be done. And man, there are cops all over New Mexico. Look at that. Holy cow. Never noticed that before. Or is that Texas? Yeah, we're in Texas now, aren't we? Never mind. Anyways, it said the load wasn't expected until tomorrow, and we're going to be there within a few hours. I'd like to do more live streams so I don't have to edit as much, but yeah, this game is kind of boring for a live stream. I don't know if people want to see truck driving live streams. I might have to go to a different game to do live stream, like Construction Simulator or Car Mechanic Simulator, something like that. I've been watching a lot of the BeamNG videos on YouTube. Some of the guys who do those things are hilarious. It's not so much that the guys are hilarious, but the action in the videos is hilarious with the way the cars act in that game with the reality physics and stuff. That's what has me kind of thinking about getting that game. But I look on Steam, and there's really nothing that I want to play right now that's new and being introduced. Like, the only thing that excites me is GTA 6. I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again. I'm not recording that. I'm just playing it for fun on my computer just because. I found out about a glitch early in the game that you can take advantage of to get a lot of money at the beginning of the game. And I never played Red Dead Online. I only play the story mode because I don't like how people act when you're doing a shooting game and it's multiplayer. It just annoys me to no end how people act. So I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again just so I could take advantage of that money glitch and keep doing it so I could get tons of money at the beginning of the game. But like I said, I'm not recording that. That's just for me on the side, just for fun. Matter of fact, when I'm done recording this game, I probably won't edit it until tomorrow, so I'll go and play Red Dead Redemption 2 for a little while. I've always wanted to buy all the clothing in that game. Like, just playing normal without doing any glitches, you can just have money and you can buy all the guns. You end up with all the guns, you can do a bunch of customizations, you can always have tons of ammo. But I never had money to buy all of the clothing in that game, so I'm using a money glitch to do that. And no, you'll never see that because it's not going to be a video, but I'm doing it in the background, still playing games just for fun. I do play Car Mechanic Simulator offline, not recorded, just for me, because I like the cars. Tulsa, Fort Smith, Wichita. Boy, we're going to be October with this pink paint job on the truck, and then we're going to be right into November, and November 11th is Veterans Day, so I'm going to have to change it up. Maybe I'll pre-record that, get a Veterans Day paint job and record it and get it done early. That way I can post it and not have to worry about doing it last minute. That probably makes sense. Come on, Tulsa. Reeling her in an hour at a time. I said it before, I'll say it again. When you're on these long trips like this is only an 8-hour, 9-hour trip, whatever it was, but when you get to within a couple hours, an hour or two, you really feel like you're already there. I've noticed that. We do a lot of driving trips for the family and stuff. Like I said, we have the RV now. Just, I love driving. It's the freedom aspect of it. You can go anywhere and do anything when you're driving. And I always feel like when I'm within the last hour or two, that's when you get that excitement of almost being there. It's like, imagine driving to Disney. Within 2 hours, you're like in Florida. You're feeling the difference in the air. You feel like you're on vacation before you even get there. That's kind of how I feel in this game. We're only 2 hours away. It's like we're there already. And I guess it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but now that I own this trailer, I know I'm going to have to back it into a certain spot. Like, the game always gives you an option to skip it and not have to back it up, but I know I'm going to have to back it up into a spot so it can be unloaded, and then time is going to pass as it's getting unloaded. So this is a little different, having your own trailer in the game. In case you missed it, I had a video a couple of videos ago where I was up to like $17 million. And I didn't record me spending the money, but I went out and bought. I already had like every garage. I upgraded every garage. I bought trucks for. I'm still in the process of buying trucks to fill every garage, but I bought a poop ton full of trucks, and I hired a poop ton full of drivers. A poop ton. That's funny. So now I'm up to like. I haven't hit 300 drivers yet, I don't think. Let's check it real quick. I have 295 trucks and 291 drivers. So not quite up to 300 yet, but I'll get them all. And there's going to be a point where I'm getting pretty close to a point where I'll have every garage and every truck purchased to fill every garage and a driver for every truck. And I'll just have nothing else to spend money on, and it's just gonna. That's when the numbers will just keep getting higher and higher. The money in the bank. Right now, at least I have stuff I can buy to spend the money on, but I'm getting pretty close to the point where I'm not gonna have money to. I'm not gonna have anything to buy with the money that I earn, which sucks because that's a nice part of the game, is going and configuring all the trucks. I have noticed that there are some new trucks to buy. I think it's Volvo has a new truck out. SCS did an update and they gave us a new truck, but they kept us. They left us with the old one also, but they just added a new truck. Oh, dude, just go. Don't make us slow down to 10 miles an hour to get through this thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might not be Volvo, but there's a 2014 version, which is the old version, and then there's the new version, which I don't even own yet. So, I mean, I guess I could go through the process of selling old trucks and putting drivers in new trucks. But, like, my oldest driver, the first driver I ever hired, his name is Kaz something. I call him Kaz because it's short for the longer name. And he's been with me from the beginning, and he's not even my top earner, but he's been with the company the longest. And I don't know how many miles he has, but I have 56,000 miles on this truck. He has... It was pretty close to being the same amount of miles as I do. But of course, I've changed trucks like 1,000 times since I started this company, and he's been in the same truck ever since he got trained. So maybe if I have so much money to spend and waste, maybe I'll just buy each guy a new truck at some point. I'll find some new truck and put the company paint job on it and replace everybody's trucks. Just because I'm bored. All that talking just made the miles fly by. Well, that's not a green light yet. Come on, man. I figured out this tactic of holding the trailer brake so I don't have to hold the truck brakes. That way I can hit the gas and then let go of the trailer brake. And I don't roll back. Is that the way it's done in real life? I have no idea. Let's hop outside. We'll see if we can do this. See if we can do the rest of this trip from high and behind third person, like I said I used to do as a kid. Remember those games at the 7-Eleven, the driving games like California Dreamin', and I don't even remember what the other ones are called, where this was like the only driving option? Austin, get your tickets now. Is there an F1 race in Austin? Oh, okay. Well, we are here. We are at the ICAY bus factory in or near Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think we can make that turn. 25 miles an hour. What's up, buddy? I know we got the skills to pay the bills, but it's just so time consuming. This is probably the exciting part when being a truck driver, is when you finally get to the destination and you get to do something different besides just driving forward all the time. How am I supposed to get this sucker in there? Because they don't want to open the garage door? That garage door that's half open is not going to open when I back up under it. I think they want me to back in through this door and then move the trailer over to that side. Oh, man. This is what happens when... See, I'm level 56 legend up here. That's what happens when you get to the higher levels in here. The delivery jobs get harder. My goodness. Alright, whatever. We'll do it. I mean, it's possible. What a crock of poop. Alright, we'll get the trailer lined up. Kinda. This is stupid. This is my trailer they're making me do this with. So now I gotta sit here in their warehouse while they unload it. Well, that's it, boys and girls. I'm Old Guy Gamer. This is American Truck Sim, and we just finished our first. It says 1 of 10, so it worked. This is so stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna go try and find another job. Maybe I'll play some Red Dead. I don't know. Happy Wednesday. Happy Friday. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. This is American Truck Sim. I'm Old Guy Gamer. You guys go watch some more videos, and I'll go play some more games. Bye. That's my new trailer.